We are back on some chest activity, some tricep activity, because chest and tricep is a beautiful combo to work actually. Because when you're doing chest, you are actually doing some triceps. Like triceps is like secondary muscle when you're doing chest, triceps and shoulders. Like the body works as in unison. So if you have a strong chest, you need a strong triceps. Like the back. You want a strong back, you need strong legs. Like you want strong legs, you need strong back. It is correlative. You want strong biceps, you need strong forearms. You like it. It is all intertwines. So that is why I included the rotation stuff, because rotation and unconventional movements, dynamic movements are very helpful. They're very realistic. It reflects how the body moves in just regular everyday life, because just isometric movement, as we said, is nice for building muscle. That is the sole purpose as to why I lift weights, to build muscle. But other than that, there is mobility and functionality. You don't want to be tight, you need to stretch. You don't want to be immobile, because some people are big and jacked, but you're just tight. You can't move. So stretch. Do not forget to stretch and do some cardio. Actually, I am a victim. I confess, I have been missing my cardios. I am so sorry. But I will get back to it. I have confessed I have missed my cardio, and I will dedicate a day for cardio full. So, yeah. I don't know what story I was telling myself about the cardio, but I remembered. I was losing weight, and I wanted to gain weight, and I stopped doing cardio because I kind of want to keep the mass. That is the story I was telling myself, but that is bullshit, because I can still gain mass and do cardio, because it is a matter of intake. Gaining weight, building muscle is a matter of how much you eat, because a lot of uh, the building, the growing itself, is done outside the gym. In the gym, you're just working the muscle, you're loading the muscle, you're actually tearing the muscle apart. After this is when the actual magic happens. After you've worked the muscle, is when you eat food that goes and replenishes and grows. So what I need is to eat more. I don't really eat a lot. Like, I try to maintain my weight. So that is how much I eat. So I will need to eat more. If I start doing cardio, I have been caught red-handed. So what story do you tell yourself? If you're like me, you like stories. Like me, I like stories. Because a story is a definition of the human life, in my opinion. A story lays out the plan and the path in which an individual takes, or the foundations as to why one does what they do. It is lies behind a story. We do not only live for stories, but we live by stories. The greatest story ever told, that is what will guide people. guide civilization, have history, all stories. So you have to understand what story you're telling yourself. And I just found out a minute ago what story I was telling myself for not doing cardio. So I will have to rewrite that story, because if you exercise and whatnot, you have a reason as to why. You have a story that you tell yourself, because it is an aim, it is a goal that you've set, that you're like, yeah, I want to get to this aim. But you do not just get to an aim or to a goal just by that. You have to have a why. you know that is where the story comes in. So if you do not exercise, it is plain and simple that the story you're telling yourself is that exercising is not of importance to you. It is not a priority. Like, it is not something that you feel like you should do every day. That is what you're telling yourself. If you do not exercise, I want you to remember that. And I want you to think about, there's things you can control and there's things you cannot control. There's aspects of yourself that you can control and there's aspects that you cannot control. And you have to kind of try and find and decipher the two spheres, because we can only control our bodies so much. It gets to a point where you cannot really control being sick at some point. So before you get sick, before you get injured, it is just take precautions. You want to be strong, because a strong body will get injured. Of course, injury is there, but you're less likely to suffer some injuries because you're strong. It is like in the gym in jiu-jitsu. Like when someone is trying to get a submission on you and it's just pure brute strength right there, flexing, they won't get it. It's in situations like that, strength is just essential in life. Do not go about your day thinking that there won't be a situation in life where you need to be strong. You always need to be strong, fundamentally, because strong body, strong mind. Strong mind, strong body. Strong body, strong whatever else it reflects. So it is a practice of discipline, a practice of familiarity, and a practice of consistency. It is the easiest, the most available to many people. So see you when you see me.